Hello, good afternoon. This is Dr. Taye Lolu, your mentor. I know that this past weekend I taught you about the power of advice, how people's advice can either make you or harm you, how people's advice can either profit you or endanger you. And I asked a few of you, my mentees, on Google Meet. I ask you to give me your, opinion about what advice means. And several of you were able to give me, impressive definitions about the concept advice. Now listen to me. This is a summary video, from the class I had with you this weekend. And I'm doing this summary video so that you can watch and the points I gave to you, can be reiterated so that you would understand it better and deeper, and you will have a clear understanding of its applicability, meaning you will know how to apply it, to your daily realities. Now, from my standpoint, what does advice mean? Advice is wise counsel, it's guidance, it's direction, and ordinarily, all things balanced on the scale. Advice is supposed to, prompt you forward. It's supposed to move you ahead. But the world we live in today has become such a wicked world that a lot of people you trust can hide jealousy, envy, wickedness in advice. And when they give you this advice, because of your trust for them, you take it and you get yourself into trouble. And I have three examples from the Bible because, of course, I will give you a biblical base for anything I teach to you. So today I'm giving three biblical references to further buttress my topic on advice. But before I go into the biblical, examples of people who rejected advice, even from trusted people, I will first want you to, know these points. Now, who are the people that are likely going to advise you as you course your journey in life, as you grow up through life? Who are the people that are likely going to be advisors to you? Number one, your parents. Yes, you are a child evolving through life. And I want you to know, as a point of information, that amongst all the people that would offer you advice in life, your parents' advice will be the most. Number two, myself, your mentor, Dr. Taye Lolu. Yes, as your mentor, from time to time, I would offer you advice as guidance or counsel, to help your realities. Number three, your teachers in school. Number four, your siblings, your uncles, your aunties, your relatives, your pastor perhaps, your friends. Yes, your friends, your classmates or classmates, as it were. So now, out of all these people I've mentioned, I told you they are likely going to offer you advice from time to time. I want you to know that out of all those people I mentioned, two out of them are the most important. They are the ones that I'm recommending that you can take their advice, on face value. And that is your parents and your mentor. Yes, because after God, nobody loves you as much as your parents. Nobody, even me, Dr. Taye Lolu, I cannot claim to love you more than your parents love you. So I'm giving you a push on that you can take your parents' advice. Now, myself also, you can take my advice because as your mentor, I'm supposed to guide you and help, your life. But who are the people you ought to be careful or skeptical when they give you advice? Number one, your friends. Number two, relatives. As a coach and mentor, I've had relationship with a lot of children. I've heard things. I've handled matters. And when I say I have handled matters, I want you to believe that, literally. So there are times when your uncles and aunties might ask you to do something. I want you to reconsider before you take their advice. I want you to pause and reconsider. When your friends offer you advice, I also want you as well to pause and reconsider. Why? A lot of people you think are your friends, they have become enemies, but you don't know. A lot of people that you think are on your side, they have gone against you internally, but you yet do not know. And I've heard a lot of cases where aunties, uncles, they prompted children to do sinful things, to do terrible things, to do hurtful things to themselves. And how do you exercise caution when it comes to taking the advice of certain people? Now, before I teach you and tell you how to exercise caution, how to be careful, how to determine if you should say yes or no to certain advice, I will first want to give you the 3 biblical illustrations about taking advice. The first one is with Jesus Christ. Yes, our Jesus. When Jesus Christ was on his way to the cross, he was already an established, pre-fact that God wanted him to be in the world to fulfill a mission, to fulfill a definite purpose. And Jesus knew this. He knew that it was to be about the business of his Father. He knew it was to, allow the will of God to prevail no matter the tangible realities he finds himself in. And so on his way to the cross on this certain day, one of his most beloved disciples, Simon Peter, he tried to derail him from going to the cross. He tried to stop him. And how did he do this? He said, "Master, please don't go this direction. These people will capture you. They've been looking for you all day. They will capture you. Let's pass another route." And Jesus looked back at Simon Peter and said, "Get thee behind me, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan." Why did Jesus respond like this? Jesus responded to Simon Peter in this fashion because he knew that what Simon Peter was saying was not God's will. He knew that it was Satan talking through Simon. And instead of him to say, "Keep quiet, Simon Peter," he said, "Get thee behind me, Satan." He did not take that advice, even though Simon Peter was one of the closest disciples to him. Number 2 example is also about Jesus Christ. When Lazarus died, I'm sure you children know that Lazarus is a friend of Jesus. When Lazarus died, Lazarus' sister Martha, he ran out of town to where Jesus was because she made some inquiries and she got to know that Jesus was outside town at a certain place. So herself and a few other people went to look for Jesus. And when they saw Jesus, they told him, "Jesus, your friend Lazarus is dead." They expected Jesus to move pronto. They expected Jesus to leave that place immediately to awaken his friend that was dead. But Jesus did something very profound. Jesus said, "You can go. I will meet you later." I'm sure they must have felt hugely disappointed. So they left Jesus and they went back. Do you know Jesus did not come until after 4 days? 4 days passed before Jesus came to try to wake Lazarus up. And Martha, the blood sister of Lazarus, do you know she tried to advise Jesus against, performing the miracle of waking Lazarus up? Yes, she tried to, because from her carnal mind, she believed that Lazarus had been dead for 4 whole days and already his body was stinking and rotting. And when Jesus got to the tomb of Lazarus, trying to wake Lazarus up, listen to what Martha said. Martha said, there's no need to wake him up. There are various renditions of the Bible. We have King James Version, we have Message Translation, we have New International Version, we have NIV Version, we have New King James, we have Amplified, we have them severally. So most times when I come across scriptures that tickle my fancy, I usually will go make inquiry from my concordance to know the various renditions of that verse, because various renditions of scriptures, they hit differently. For example, you can read King James. It says, the Lord is thy shepherd, thou shalt not want. When you read Amplified, it can say, the Lord is my provider, I'm not supposed to lack anything. When you read New International Version, it can say, the Lord is my helper and provider. Good things are not supposed to be scarce in my life. The various interpretations of the scriptures, they give you deeper light to the understanding. So before I took this detour, I was trying to tell you that when Jesus got to the tomb of Lazarus, trying to wake Lazarus up, Martha, the blood sister of Lazarus, said, there's no need to wake him up. By now, he's already stinking and rotting. He's already gone. You are already late. No, don't bother. There's no need. That was an advice, but Jesus did not listen to Martha. Jesus went ahead and did the miracle that awoken Lazarus from the grave after 4 days. Can you see those two examples now? Advice was offered by trusted people, but if Jesus had taken those advices, he would have self-destructed. He would have shifted him off from the will of God. So even trusted people can give you advice, and this advice, you can shove it off. You can say, no, I don't want to do it. Now listen to the third biblical example of somebody who rejected advice, the advice of a king for that matter. And who was that person? That person was David. David was a farm boy, and from time to time, he would come to the town to check on his brothers and his family. So on a certain day, he left the farm on visitation to the house. But upon getting to the house, he met the father, and the father told him, your brothers are not at home. They are on the battlefield. They are on training ground. They are getting trained for battle. I want you to take food to them. And so, please, I'm sorry, I need to dab my face. I'm at work, but this is my break time. So I decided to quickly do this, before work continues. I like to maximize my time, to optimize my time, rather. So, when he got home this day, the father said, your brothers are not around though. They have gone to training ground. They have gone to learn how to war. They have gone to learn how to fight. David said, okay, bring their food. I will take their food to them. When David got to the battleground, he saw Goliath bragging and shouting down all the men that was on training. If any of you is confident enough, let that person confront me. Let that person come and fight me. I will crush you. I will kill you. I will destroy you. So David was disgusted. Who is this person? Me that have fought lion and bears in the bush with my bare hands, and I defeated them. Who is this one bragging and shouting? And nobody is even taking up his challenge. Okay, I will take up the challenge. I will fight him and I will defeat him. So as David was taking up that challenge, Saul was the king, and he summoned David. The king called on David, and he told David, don't you dare take up this challenge. Can you not see the size of this person? Can you not see the size of Goliath? Why are you saying you want to fight him? He has been a boy of war from his childhood. He has been fighting and conquering from when he was young. Who are you to say you want to fight him and defeat him? So when Saul told this to David, he wanted David not to take the challenge. But David did not take the advice. He went ahead, he took the challenge, and he won Goliath. Do you understand? So in these 3 biblical instances, advice was given, but they were not taken. Okay? So even trusted people can give you advice and you say no. Now, how do you weigh and check the advice you are supposed to take or reject? Number 1, peace check. Check for your peace. Whenever you are offered any advice and you begin to realize you have lost your peace, then say no to that advice, or tell that person to give you time to think about it. So in the meantime, you can call me your mentor, you can tell your parents about it. But when you see that your peace is lost, don't say yes to that counsel or advice. Number 2, logic check. A lot of the times as children or adolescents, your body usually feels like doing certain things. Because you are going through puberty, your hormones are raging. So a lot of the time you feel like doing what others are doing. And so when they come to you trying to convince you to do what they are doing, you usually will feel like doing same. But now let me tell you something. Use your logic. Whenever friends or anyone asks you to join them to do anything, or asks you not to do something good, because advice can mean you should do something or you should refrain from doing something. So whenever you are offered this kind of advice or instruction and you are in doubt, you can also use your logic check. This thing now, if I say yes to it and my parents hear that I did something like this, will they be proud of me or will they be ashamed of me? This thing this person is asking me to do or not to do now, if I say yes to what he's saying, will my mentor be proud of me? Let's just say somebody tells her I did this. Will she be proud? Will Dr. Taye Lolu be proud of me? If your answer is no, then don't say yes. Don't do it. Whenever you say no to something bad, you are preserving your future. Whenever you say no to something terrible, you are preserving and securing your future. All right? So number 3, Jesus check. A lot of the children I mentor, they understand the concept Jesus check. What does Jesus check mean? Whenever you are offered advice or you are proffered advice and you are in doubt. Now listen to me. I said when you are in doubt, because some advice are plainly profitable. For example, you are playing too much and your auntie says, you've been playing since morning. Go and carry your book and read. Drop that football, go and read. For that kind of advice is a plainly good advice. So you shouldn't be in doubt. But I'm talking about advices that whenever you are told to do it or not to do certain things, certain good things, and you are in doubt, you are confused, you are afraid, your palm is sweating, your heart is palpitating. Those are the occasions you use these 3 checks. Your peace check, your logic check, and your Jesus check. Jesus check means you are using Jesus as a standard to evaluate your decisions. You are asking yourself, if Jesus Christ was me right now, will Jesus say yes to this kind of advice? If Jesus Christ was Taiwo now, will Jesus Christ say yes to this kind of counsel? No. So because I know Jesus won't do it, then I won't do it. So those are the 3 checks you ought to do. I heard of a story that happened at a private university not long ago. He was about an 100-level boy. You know, he was just newly admitted, and the hostel space they gave him, the room, they gave him a room with drug users. You know, all these people that take Colos, Arizona, Canadian Loud, all these bad drugs. And so he was in that hostel with them. On a certain day, the boys in the hostel advised him to just take a sniff of their drugs. They told him that he should take a whiff of it. Instead of him to say no, instead of him to tell them, I've never taken drugs before, please, I don't want to do it, and he should leave the room, he collected the drugs from his roommates, he sniffed it, and he slumped and died. He died on the spot. What I'm telling you is not fictitious. This is a reality. It's a realistic story. Happened. The boy died on the spot. His body system could not handle that drug. Can you now see? Now imagine if he had said no to them. The worst that would have happened was for them to have said, you don't know what's up. You know, you are not awoke. They would have just insulted him, but he would have still had his life. So learn to say no. Whenever you are in doubt about any advice, say no. Say no. say no. All right. God bless you. If you have any question after now, you can send it to me on WhatsApp. My phone number is 08038408948. I'm giving my number for the sake of those who are watching this, but they are not in my mentorship program. So send me your questions and I will answer them promptly. God bless you. My name is Dr. Taye Lolu. Good afternoon.